so hot
Because
because
you're not allowed to be.
cause I'm hot. I'm hot. I'm really, really hot. Animated emojis can be disabled in settings. Okay, thanks, Twitch. I
Thanks,
want to know
Twitch.
that so bad. Thank you, Twitch.
Can you
All
also
right.
fix the amount of bad shit that's on your site?
Okie dokie. Yeah.
You mean the hot
Alrighty.
tub streams?
The
Dream
what?
first. Okay.
The what now?
The hot. Are you unaware of the hot tub streams?
What the fuck is a
The
hot
hot,
tub stream?
the hot,
It's
the hot
literally
tub.
just on Twitch. I don't mean to derail the immediate intro, but on Twitch there is a category called hot tub streams, and it's literally just chicks in bikinis and
Occasionally do.
dudes and swimsuits sitting like somewhat in a hot tub talking to people.
It's for
And people-
e-girls to show off their tits by remaining in the guidelines.
It's not even within the guidelines because people used to get banned for it. But there's so many of them now. They caved and gave it a thing.
Gave its own section so people stopped, caring.
Kind of probably. Either way, it's stupid and
that
dirt,
sounds.
and it's funny.
That sounds very entertaining. Not gonna lie, but
It's literally just
this is
if
one of the
there's enough
reasons.
of us, they can't stop all of us.
This is one of the reasons why we always start half an hour when we're supposed to. We just get in discussion.
Don't worry,
Yeah.
we're game discussion wall starting. So this time we're pumping to the
I
max.
stream.
Hi, folks.
Boy,
So
have we got a story to tell that we talked about last night.
God. All right. So last episode, you guys murdered an entire town of super mutants. The literal entire town is just air quote sleeping.
Okay, let's get this straight. It wasn't murder. It was voluntary euthanization. Excuse you, sir.
They liked it. They were like, yes.
Sorry,
let's do it.
you guys voluntarily executed masochists.
Euthanized.
We euthanize all of them.
Euthanized masochists.
No. They accidentally did genocide.
The genocide.
Except
The
it wasn't an
whole-
accidentally.
But you can say it then accidentally.
This is
No, this was pretty premeditated.
they premeditated genocide and accident.
No, I'm sure they don't mind.
God, that makes it worse. But okay, so you guys did something to this group.
Who's gonna say anything? The super mutants?
Who's gonna complain?
No. And on the flip side, Jap Taxi ran with Krampus all the way down to Junction City. He put on his mask, but you managed to get poor little Doug. Took you a little while to find him. He was in some trash.
Get out of that! You don't need to be in it. No. Stop it!
Yeah, he's having a good day.
Little bug.
No! Christmas dog!
Woof woof.
Whatever
He
noise
woof
a
and-
cockroach makes.
He woofs in spirit. I mean, look at that face.
It looks like a bug.
It looks at it. Doesn't look like dog.
Roll me intelligence, actually.
Fuck. Come on, mate. Be dumb so I can say he's a dog in disguise. Intelligence, boy. You're not as smart as you think you are.
You have absolutely no idea what a dog looks like. In fact, I don't think you've ever seen a dog before. Although you also have never seen reindeer before, or any real actual animal before.
Yulari thinks Deathclaws are reindeers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, to the best of your
So, you know
knowledge,
what?
this
This
is
dog.
a creature.
Woof,
You don't know.
woof.
Yeah.
Squeak, squeak.
Hey, Krampus, do you mind holding Doug for a second?
Oh, those
Okay.
pants.
I'm gonna just put Doug on Krampus's shoulder.
That's a smart play.
I don't want him holding it directly. I don't want my poor Doug to die yet.
You don't want him to explode violently.
And I'm gonna start rummaging around in the absolute mess that is Jap's house.
Okay. Anything specific you're looking for?
Paper.
Alright, yeah. There's some paper. There's obviously some scrap paper and some paper on, some stuff that you've written down before from, charts and stuff that you've made of general people and diagnoses and stuff like that. But there's some scrap paper.
I'm gonna make a crudely drawn map.
Oh, okay. You've been around the place well enough to map out pretty much the entirety of up to Beggar's Hole and down to Vault 207. Above
It's
that,
gonna be a fake map.
oh, okay. In that case, honestly, you have enough dexterity and intelligence to make one relatively easily.
Yep.
Yeah. There's no.
Hey, Krampus.
Hmm.
You said that Santa, you said Santa, lives in the North Pole, right?
Yes.
Wouldn't the Grinch be there, too? If they were fighting over
Impossible.
Christmas?
Impossible. Grinch does not dare talk to Santa.
No, but what if he did fight Santa? You fight Grinch, don't you? When Grinches go after Santa?
Of course. Grinch wants to destroy Christmas. Christmas is Santa. Kill the source.
Jap's gonna hand him that fake map, and he's gonna take Doug.
What's this?
A map.
To where?
The North.
North Pole.
Jap nods slightly.
Where did you find it?
With Doug. He
Doug was with me.
Yes, but Doug had a pile of trash. And this entire house has a ton of random things in it anyway. I kind of just accumulate stuff over time.
You had map of North Pole.
I have mini maps. I'm an elf after all.
Beaming eyes. I can meet and defeat the Grinch.
Yep. You just need to head north for a very, very long time. Until the world gets cold. Till the ground turns pure white.
Yes. However, what of you? What about you?
Jap looks at Doug. I've got the Christmas dog. I'll be fine.
He nods his head, puts the map in his pocket. Here, he gives you a severed arm.
Oh my god.
Thank you.
In case your back gets itchy.
Would you like me to help point you north?
He looks up, looks left, right, back, front. Which way?
Jap walks him out the door first.
You're learning.
Jeff realizes he'll just smash through everything.
yes, he is.
You're
As
learning.
Jap points him,
Mhm.
Jap points him towards roughly Deathfall and Coldfield and all that.
Mhm.
He points him in that general direction. you may come across the others in the process. Just keep running, and don't let them distract you. Keep running north. If you get hit or hit something, just keep running. You'll be fine. You'll find it eventually. Just end up where that map will take you.
It is time to fulfill the prophecy. Thank you, little elf.
You're welcome.
Stay safe on your travels. And he
too.
begins to run.
Jesus
And Jap just
Christ.
watches him leave, as Jap simply checks his ammo. Yeah.
You watch him
Running in the
run
sunset.
like a goddamn force of nature. Anything in his way is no longer in his way. This man ain't stopping for God. For Santa
Hey,
is his only God.
Jap checks his ammo. Jap looks at the thing. He looks at his normal mask and puts it in his bag. Eh, told you, big guy. You're gonna have to do some kind of evil things to protect people. Come on, Doug. Let's go get you a mech. As Jap, walks around town and says hi to people before leaving again. This time with a rad roach in tow.
You talk to Alice again, as well as a few other people, odds and ends, but meet before you start heading up on your way up to Passion City, where you are to reunite with your friends, and by friends I mean people you travel with. Speaking of, inside of Burnout, the day has finally come about again, and you guys are slowly waking up next to the sleeping, air quote sleeping, body of Remus, as well as the whole town. It has not gotten any louder. It is still as quiet as a still day. There is no birds, there's no wind, there's no real sounds as you guys are slowly stirred from sleep by the sun's rays slamming into your eyeballs as the day rolls up. Which is especially weird for Zero because he doesn't have his mask on. In fact, I think it's probably been like 50 years since you last saw the actual sun.
Yeah, his eyes kind of like what do they blink a bit as that his eyes are like adjusting to this light source he's only seen through his mask.
Been
As
a
he
very
just
long time.
puts it back on. Fuck.
I assume Egg you're slowly waking up too?
Yeah. I would also probably be jostling Sasuke, considering she wouldn't be able to see the sun.
You're her alarm clock because every day is the night. So you slowly jostle her. I assume, Yuki, you wake up from the jostling, or is your existence still sad from murdering an entire town? Sorry, voluntarily contributing to their future of non-existence.
So I wake up, I look at the person shaking me, I huff at them, and roll back over and fall asleep.
I just roll my eyes and just pick her up by the back of the shirt, hoist her onto my shoulder, and just start walking.
I assume you're going to round up some of the loot.
Yeah.
So as per the deal that you made with the super mutants, like what, 5, 6, 7 episodes ago, after they pass, you are allowed to take pretty much anything inside of any buildings whatsoever, as none of them will truly need it. Especially since it's pretty much their just final resting place. So you pick up a lot of loot as you're just slowly walking around, just kind of going. Wandy, do you decide to loot as well, or do you just kind of take in the day, or do you hang out with Egg during this time?
He loots what's necessary, but yeah, he kind of just takes in the day mostly, reflecting on everything and sort of making decisions in his head that he's ready to do when he gets back.
The day starts to slowly pass once more. It takes a couple hours for you to really get, pretty much everything, especially with the limited amount of bag space that you technically have. Mostly because there's like 50 guns in there, and you're trying to pick them all up and hoist them over your shoulder while also carrying an unconscious person on the other shoulder. And it's just really awkward to move everything, and then shoving guns into a bag. It takes you a while. But you eventually Tetris it out, and you get most of the stuff, locked and loaded, sellable or thrown away, depending on the quality of the guns and stuff like that. Some of those guns were just straight up broken. You're fairly certain they would use as melee weapons, but yeah, not entirely sure. But you eventually get all that stuff rounded up. You come back and you see Wandy just kind of sitting there. He looks to be thinking, or he could be asleep, or dead. You're not quite sure.
One of the three.
You ready to go, mate?
Yeah, I am.
Alright, well, I guess while we're walking, now is as good a time as any to figure out a battle plan.
Battle plan?
We're going after the, BOS, aren't we?
Oh, yeah, right. Sorry, I'm just lost in my own thoughts.
Yeah. It's been a hell of a week, huh?
Yeah, no joke.
As you guys walk out to the edge of the town, right towards the entrance, you kind of look back and you see Remus's body just kind of laying there, likely getting cold, but you can't quite tell. And just the town, it's just a ghost town at this point, lured to some degree, and it almost looks like it's inviting you in, but is quiet and cold. Kind of depressing.
You know, I never thought I'd say this, but I think I might actually miss the big guy.
That's good, I guess.
Nice.
All right. Sasuke not awake?
Leave me alone. Depression napping.
I guess that's the answer.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a
Alright.
yes, kind of.
Take that as yes.
You guys start walking back on your journey, likely taking it a little bit slow, but just kind of walking. So, what are your guys' battle plans? What you guys discuss?
Well, whole place is gonna be filled with a lot of fancy tech, I would say.
Yeah, that's why I'm hoping to not have a straight fight.
Maybe we can, I don't know, use like a hidden entrance if there is, or bring a problem towards their front gates.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I shake Sastika. Hey kid, how much of that uh death juice did you whip up for humans?
You want me to make more death juice?
I mean, if it worked on the big ass death claw, I figure it'll work on these assholes.
Yeah. How much do you want me to make?
Um,
How would you?
we'll figure out that bit in a minute.
Sounds interesting. I kind of want to try it. I know.
Well, guess when we catch up with Jap and Krampus, we'll have a better idea.
Mhm.
But I think I can, if we wanted to give them a problem to deal with, we could find like a big old herd of ghouls or lead a deathclaw to them.
If I'm gonna make a big batch of death juice, it's gonna take me a few days, being I'm the only regular human here. I'm gonna have to take my
Regular
own
human?
blood. Yeah, shut your face, mutant.
I mean, technically, you could go hunt people.
I don't necessarily want to bloodlet like a lot of people unless they need it.
Would I know of any like possible deathclaw or ghoul herds that I could use to lead them to the fucking place so I can have that whole big old clash?
You have been wandering for a very long time, several, many years. Roll me survival with advantage. What the hell?
What was that?
Someone don't like my survival.
I think it
That
was
was
Dave.
someone saw a roach and their brain just shut down.
Babies.
That was a good thing you had advantage on that.
Yeah.
So you
This is
do
Wandy's feet.
you know of a ghoul herd, mostly because you at one point found it and left it alone. Mostly because it's easily over 100 ghouls, all wandering and just kind of not really being not a nuisance or anything. They're literally just they're kind of on the outskirts of burnout. That's one of the reasons why no one has really hunted them down. No one's really got to them. They are really stupid and they don't do anything. They just kind of walk in circles every now and again. You keep an eye on them every now and again, just to make sure it doesn't come down and start, murdering. What?
Ooh. I'm gonna pull something from The Walking Dead.
Oh.
You really wanna
Drag
you
him
really
all the
wanna
way there.
herd a group of ghouls, 100 ghouls, completely across the
Fucking
wasteland?
Hell yeah!
That is such a
Over
fucking
here.
distance.
Hey man, he got nothing better to do. He can walk. Plus, if he shows that he's a ghoul, I don't think it would matter much to them.
Nah, I mean, they won't eat you.
Yeah, so
But you also don't have bait for them unless you use Ace.
oh, don't worry, I'll find bait.
That's such a concerning statement. But
Problem is
But
with that
they're
is I
also
want my
attracted to
money
sound.
first.
They also attracted to sound, aren't they? Like, if you make a noise, they go there.
yeah, yeah. Though there's a lot of noise as you keep going further, namely the Enclave. Um, a battle plan could be he slowly starts to drag them over while you go on in advance.
You know
Depends
what?
on
It's
how you
all,
guys want to do things. That's
it's a
gonna
fucking
take a
risk I'm willing to
long
take.
time.
Yeah, you
It's a
might be
fucking-
willing to take it. You're not the one about to get eaten.
This is a long walk.
Hey man, I'm fine doing it solo.
You don't need other people. You just need ye.
I
Oh,
just
dude.
need me, myself, and I.
Thankfully, unlike the Walking Dead zombies, ghouls run, and they run fast. So if you find a car, that's a pretty effective strategy. Is just to have them running like a freaking horde of insanity, especially since Coalfield is already gone, basically. God, that's gonna be a
Ooh.
rampage.
On my way out from getting paid for dealing with the super mutants, that might give you an opening to get them through the front gate.
Be one of the few times that
Ooh.
they won't have somebody properly manning it.
They won't have the door or closed
Mm-hmm.
when I'm going through.
But you're gonna have to get out of there. That might be a difficulty.
Well, I mean, if the Enclave has a breaching charge that I can plant on the controls to the gate.
Oh, yeah. Could be sneaky.
That
I'm good
end,
at sneaking.
it will cause attention. It'll be sound, so that way, if I get them close enough to hear it, they'll start going there.
You have to get them past no man's land, and you have to make it so the Enclave aren't in harm's way. Well, I mean, you don't necessarily have to, but
Hey man, more meat for the grinder.
more meat for the grinder, but less teeth for the grinder to have.
You know what? Wait, where's that one bloke that? Oh, I can use that one bloke as bait. What was he? He was the Red Viper, the one that wanted
Crimson
Avery's head.
Vipers.
Yeah, Crimson Viper. I can use the
How you
head.
gonna get him up there?
Fucking tie him up and drag him.
Jesus Christ.
If I can do it.
Yeah,
Either that
you
or I
can
just get
get
some
through
random
his guards, get through his multiple layers of security. You totally could. You do have a very high
Oh,
sneak, but he's also a violent motherfucker. So,
man, the fucking opportunities. It's just so much work to get them done.
yeah, you
I'm
have a
probably
lot.
gonna.
You want to put in the time and the effort. You have a lot of things you could do, my friend.
Man, I want to do the fucking herd thing. I think it'll be great.
All right.
Oh, okay.
We'd need to time it, right?
Yeah, we will be coordinated. But it'll work. I know it. I feel it in my bones. This would be a great way to fucking use nature against people.
And if nothing else, it'll cause a diversion and we can have the Enclave on standby to ambush when they come out to fight the ghouls.
Yee.
Slaughter them
So it
down.
works out.
Especially since
Kinda.
they'll have to run through no man's land first. The problem there is you have to make it so no one from no man's land reports back to the main town. One messenger gets back, your whole plan is fucked in the air.
I mean, there was that one Crimson Viper spy that I dealt with pretty well.
Good God.
You know, fucking Krampus has body parts. I could use that.
I'm sorry.
Krampus has body parts. I can use that as bait.
Oh my God. Yeah, you could.
The meat sack.
You're hungry. Yeah, meat sack.
You know,
Let's get a meat
if
sack.
Krampus is somehow there,
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
get
if he's
Krampus's
there.
meat sack or something similar.
just
then...
sent him towards the North Pole.
Yeah.
To be fair, we are walking in an intercept direction.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the thing with Krampus and Jap probably happened the day before.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And Krampus moves with gusto.
That is true.
He's like,
Yeah,
Jack
you
with
might,
these
you
pants.
might, if you guys go quickly, may see him quite a bit to the north. Once you get to the enclave, once you get like halfway, ish. But
Just see
it's
a tornado and it's him.
yeah, you'll definitely see the dust that he kicks up. There's no way on Earth that you won't see the trail he leaves behind. But
Just zoom in with some binoculars, and it's just him, Naruto, running through the desert.
he
Yes.
like
He'll probably
fucking
be ahead,
slams
though.
into trucks, into buildings and shit. And it's just a
And he's just
hole
not
of him.
phased.
Yeah.
He just has that
But
anime look on him
again,
like he's like, I got it.
The likelihood of you guys, because again, you guys aren't moving quick.
Mm-hmm.
He would be. It took Jap and him roughly probably like a day and a half to get there, honestly.
Yeah.
Given how we tend to have Krampus move.
Mhm.
So at most you'd probably see him, like, at least this is from logical
Yeah.
speaking. You'd probably see him to your north and you'd see the dust cloud more than him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You'll also definitely see the trail that he leaves behind, namely the broken buildings, some cars that he probably stepped on or stepped through, probably some of Coalfield that is just in your path now.
The world just turns into like Gmod physics around him. He
Fucking
bumps
car
a
door
car and it goes
flying.
flying.
There's a car door flying like 200 feet to your right. You're just like, where'd that come? Shit. But yeah. So you guys could totally take the herd, I suppose. But they go kind of quickly. So car would probably be the best option to get you guys to your destination without the herd stepping on Ace. However, you would have to A, warn Passion City, B, get them out of No Man's Land, and C, wipe out any messengers that would go from No Man's Land back to Fort Lauderdale in order to get the herd to properly go over without being shredded. Surprise would need to be on your side.
We got some work to do.
And Yuki also has her serum that she could use, potentially.
Yo, what if we got like a trank rifle and put the serum in it?
Yeah, that could work if you can get through their armor.
That sounds like a Mr. Torque thing to do.
This is a trank rifle. Oh wait, it kills people. Eternal sleep.
Eternal sleep.
Jesus Christ. Alright, so what will you guys be doing here? What was your official plan?
I feel like first thing would be heading to Passion City, grouping up with Jap, and maybe further planning some of this attack with the Enclave, because their assistance would be very helpful.
And from what Wandy knows, that herd ain't going nowhere. Not unless something really drastic happens to it. But it's been 50
really
years.
drastic, like the entirety of the super mutants that they've lived next to for 100 years, just dying.
Who would win in a sprint off? 100 stinking ghouls, or one jetted up man who has no sense of reality.
Yeah, Jap would probably take Jet, wouldn't he?
Jack's not exactly partial to drugs, but survivability comes before anything.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
He's willing to take that
Just
bit.
downs like a half dozen Jet, takes off his pants, and goes full speed through the desert.
It's Sonic time.
One cannot simply deny that Jap without pants is not a force to be reckoned with in the aspect of speed.
Fuck me. Alright, so it takes
Gotta have
you
Krampus in him.
probably a
Have a
while.
race.
I assume you guys aren't going like super fast, but are you guys planning on walking all the way back, or are you planning on getting a car, or what are you guys planning?
I mean, we walked the whole way over here. We might as well walk the whole way back.
Alright, cool. Took you guys about, I think, a day and a half at relatively decent speed to get all the way to Burnout without really stopping or slowing down or anything like that. So it'd probably take you about that long in order to get there at a relatively decent speed. Probably like jogging speed in order to get back. It would be like a day and a half, maybe 2 days, depending.
You also have to keep in mind that we're not waiting on the stubby-legged individual.
You are, however, carrying like twice as much weight as you were when you went to Burnout, including holding said stubby woman.
Said stubby woman.
So you are bogged down by weapons, ammo, and tiny child.
You know what? That's fair.
Took a lot of guns. But yeah.
I mean, to be fair, we also might have just like stashed them somewhere
That is true. You could
to come
stash
back
them.
for them later when we have a pack mule. Because none of us are terribly strong individuals.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like it'd be smarter of us to take what we could actually use in the moment
Mm-hmm.
and then like hide the rest so we can come back for it later.
Probably a smart idea, yeah. So in that case, you'd probably be decently weighted just by the stuff you guys can actually use, which to be fair is still decent quantity. And then the rest of your stuff is packed in there. Probably somewhere, but somewhere very inconspicuous. And then you guys are probably making decent time to Passion City. So it'd probably take you guys about a little less than a day to get there. Jap would already be there by the time you got back, simply because I don't think Jap would have slept the whole night.
Probably not.
Yeah. So it took you guys probably about a day or so. So it's starting to, especially if you guys didn't sleep during this night. Probably would take you guys about a day to get all the way back there. Sun would be rising again. You guys would be quite tired, but you guys would have made it to Passion City. Jap is already there, talking with, what's his name? I don't actually remember his name that I gave him. Hold on. I have the merchant right here. His name was Nicholas. That was it. Talking with Nicholas about the, mech suit. The lovely, lovely mech suit. Krampus is not here. There we go. Is that all the people? Yes, that's all the people. Cool. Nope, that's the wrong one.
Where is Christmas?
Yeah, as you guys are going across and stuff, about halfway, about the halfway mark, you guys do see a massive trail that just kind of. Actually, let me move back to the other map real quick. You guys get right about here-ish. And at this point, there is a massive trail. I mean, a gigantic trail of debris. It looks like someone took a tornado and made them go through one specific path for who knows how far. Looking left and looking right, there's just a long ass fucking trail that goes far beyond where your eyes can see. Well, those that have functioning eyes. You're not sure what made this, and it's slightly concerning. What are you guys' thoughts on it?
It was something big, probably something scary, and not our problem.
Fair
Does it
enough.
smell like Krampus?
There's not a whole lot of smells there. There's a lot of debris, so it smells like dust to a degree. There's also a lot of blood.
Do I smell the blue milk? I would like
Only
to
the
roll
one in your
perception.
jacket.
Okay.
One you still haven't taken out of your jacket.
The one I never will.
That's the blue milk you smell, my friend.
I gotta use them on the fucking. I use it on people, but I need to use it on more people.
God, it's
Use
so
it on the Grinch.
horrifying. But yeah, you guys see the trail. You just kind of keep walking. Don't pay too much mind. You eventually get back to Passion Say. They welcome you with the same amount of interest as they usually do. And you see Jap Taxi kind of talking to Nicholas with Doug on his shoulder. It's kind of odd to see a cockroach just sitting there. But you just kind of,
Menacingly.
yeah. It's just
There's SpongeBob.
But oddly enough, you don't see Krampus anywhere in sight, or hear him more specifically. Normally, you would hear him before you see him, and there's no Krampus. Not the best Jarius knowledge. You guys are very tired though, so.
I'm gonna walk up to Jap and be like, "Hey, where's the big guy?"
Jap kind of like turns around, stares at you for a moment, looks at Doug, gone.
Oh, am I gonna regret asking why he's gone?
I mean, would you like the actual reason, or would you like a, oh, this makes me feel good reason?
Actual reason.
Because you just murdered his entire people, and no offense, I'd rather send him away because he's a danger to everyone here than have him be here, him maybe figure it out, or maybe his brain start working, and him maybe trying to kill people. There's a bit too much liability in an idiot.
While that is a valid argument, you also have to consider, A, we're about to attack some of the most fucking dangerous people I've ever seen. B, he was vaguely controllable, which is more than I can say for you. And C, we no longer have a meat shield.
Jap looks at you for a second. You have that mech, right?
Yep.
He hands the man Doug. Doug, behave. As Jap gets in your face, Ace, you just committed genocide with drugs. I don't want to hear about, oh, dangerous individuals, because the only dangerous individuals I see is a child, a man, and a... He looks at Wonder. I don't know what Wonder is.
Just call me Abomination.
I'm going to call you Wonder. I think you... Regardless, the only truly dangerous individuals is a group of people who just committed genocide. I don't give a damn about your reasons. Being able to commit genocide so freely regardless of it, especially with drugs of all things, makes you and your little sister the most dangerous bastards in this wasteland.
You shut your fucking
Jap pulls his gun
mouth.
immediately and points it at you. Shut up.
Gun
I'm
to
not
your
talking
head.
to you right now.
Gun to
I
your
wield
head.
my sword at him.
Jap has his pistol. He's not flinching. Let me be very clear. I don't agree with what you did. That's why I went with Krampus. That's why I sent Krampus away. You can call him controllable as much as you like, but Sasuke, he didn't remember his own family. He could have forgotten us at any point in time. And then what are you gonna do then, huh? What are you gonna do when he turns on you? We can't kill him. Did you really kill him? I couldn't. Because unlike you people, as Jack puts his gun away, and he puts his head on your gun, Ace, unlike you people, I can't kill people I actually care for. Because Krampus is a child. Regardless of his abilities, he was a child. And I refuse to fucking deal with that. Especially with how dangerous he is. And the only other dangerous individuals I see are the people in front of me. Because they don't understand that what they basically just did was cause a power vacuum that could bring in people twice as dangerous into my home.
We're already
I'm gonna have to
dealing
deal
with
with
people
enough with
twice
this
as
crap.
dangerous as those super mutants.
Yes, the super mutants who kept a balance in the area, who were peaceful. You know how rare it is to have peaceful types of people in the wasteland. I don't give a damn what you people think. I did it because it was
They
necessary.
didn't want to live anymore because of what this world has become. I cried all last night while killing them. I didn't
You
want to do
still
it
did it. You
because
used
they asked for it. I never fucking wanted to do that shit, but I did it because they asked and because they needed it and they wanted it. I tried to persuade him to other options. I tried different things. You weren't fucking there.
No, I went with
You
Krampus
can't
to
do
keep him
shit.
company, and I sent him away because I didn't want his murderers of his family there. Jab whips off his mask, grabs your hand saucer, and puts it on his messed up face. Feel that. Feel that, you idiot. You know what that is? That's the scars I have from watching my parents die. You think I'm really gonna put, as he throws your hand down basically, you really think I'm gonna put someone else in front of them, their family's murderers? You've got another thing coming. I don't give a damn what you people think. I don't care your reasoning. You committed genocide. I'm not gonna put a child in front of his murderers and act like I can sit there knowing full well what it means.
Then fucking kill me.
I refuse. Because I'm not dirtying my hands. I'm a doctor, not a murderer. I don't kill people. I may not be the best practitioner in the world. I may have some messed up methods. But the one thing I don't do is kill people with drugs. I don't kill people. I
They
have a
wanted
gun for protection,
peaceful
and
end
I use it
their
as a
life,
distraction.
and I
I have
gave them
knives
the
for
peaceful
everything
end.
else but that.
They didn't want to go out in a painful way, so I gave them a peaceful option.
Congratulations! You're a hero to no one because they're dead. Welcome to the wasteland. Crap like that isn't exactly a peaceful option. There is no peaceful options anywhere you go. Peace doesn't exist. Even the most painless way of death just means 50 more things of pain for someone else. Because guess what that camp's gonna turn into? Something else. Something possibly 10 times more dangerous. And then what do when that camp turns into another raider camp that goes and pillages and doesn't give a crap about anything that's
And
going
it's
on? Like that
killing
Vixen
them.
Savage incident, for instance. Because now we have a 5 times more dangerous person than anyone else because she has a nuke and likes explosions. I don't care. what you people do. I had my reason. I don't give a crap what other people do. I'm gonna protect my own. I'm gonna do what I think is right. I can't exactly have a child in heart and mind who could forget about me at any moment, forget about the people I'm traveling with, and turn on us on a dime.
He
Things
So
will
you
won't.
be
think it's a
controllable.
better option to leave that child in mind on his own in a wasteland full of murderers and psychopaths?
And
You're
yet,
not a, you're not a good person.
I don't
You're
try to
a
be Ace.
sociopath and a coward.
Yes, but you know what the sociopath has that you don't? Enough common sense to know when to run. Enough common sense to watch over people who don't give a crap about the place as he puts his hand on your, like he pokes you in the chest, who doesn't care about the place that he's in. I live here, Ace. This is my home. These are people I grew up around. Not this exact area, but I agree with the Enclave being here rather than the Brotherhood of Steel. Because at least they'll be peaceful with people as long as they don't get into their area. And whatever plan you have, I know it's at least useful. I'm not a good person. I'm going to do a lot of evil crap in my life, and I know that because it's the wasteland. But I'll be very honest. There are lines I refuse to cross. And you people willingly, regardless of reasoning, cross that line. If you're going to shoot me, at least let me pull my gun first. And if you're ever going to stab me in the back, because I know you would, do me the favor of looking me in the face first. Maybe then I can actually run and actually live. Because unlike some people, I'm not stupid enough to think being good in the wasteland is actually a good thing for it. You weren't thinking. Yeah, you did one good action. But how many bad actions do you think is gonna come from that, huh? No good action comes unpunished. That's a pretty common thing I've heard all my life. My parents were good people. And look what I'm left with. Scars all over my body. A mask that anytime someone tries to take it, I go ballistic and hurt people. And I've killed people. I don't like killing people. It's not what I like to stand for.
We didn't do it because we liked it.
You didn't have to. You still did it. That's the point. I don't care how little or much you wanted or didn't want. You still committed genocide of unrivaled strength.
Oh, I
never
think it's
agreed
plenty
with that.
rivaled looking at the world we're in now.
Super mutants are some of the physically strongest things. They can resist 45 caliber bullets. I have seen super mutants tear people in shreds with a Gatling gun strapped to their arm and not even flinch from the fire rate. You two, specifically, to me, are some of the most dangerous creatures in the wasteland because at any moment you could kill entire towns without anyone ever knowing. Not a single bullet fired. I don't agree with what you did. I don't have to for us to work together for now. But the moment this crap is over, I want you both gone and away from my home. Because they're dangerous, more dangerous, and I consider you more dangerous than any person in the wasteland. And that's because you have the ability to kill people without them ever knowing.
So let me ask you this. You want us gone because we're some of the most dangerous people you've ever seen. But you wanted the super mutants here because they were dangerous enough to keep people out.
Power vacuum. You ever deal with, you know how we have people like the Dapper Deviants or the Crimson Vipers. It's a power balance. They were keeping a power balance because do you think anyone's actually going to mess with an entire encampment of super mutants? No, they're going to leave them alone. They're going to keep an area on lockdown that won't get made into a raider camp that will do what happened to me to other people. They won't turn into a bunch of violent crooks who are actively willing to cause problems. You know how many people I've had to patch up because I'm trying to keep some form of a balance so that places like Junction can exist as a neutral party, because otherwise there wouldn't be neutral parties. The Brotherhood and the Sion Enclave situation is not going to get better. It's going to get worse. Taking out one of those sides means possibly the Enclave will take over that area, making a new balance in the zone. You're travelers. You don't stick to one place very long. Did you ever actually consider your actions when you went through places and did things about what will happen afterwards?
You don't know a damn thing about me,
I
or
don't
about
have to,
her,
Ace.
or about what we do, or about how we deal with things. And the
No, I
fact
don't.
that you are asking that question really says a lot about your faith in anybody.
Ace, look at my faith. Do you really think I could ever have faith in people with what happened to me? With what happened to my parents? You know how much fun it is to watch two people in your life that you never understood gunned down with their own guns because they chose their son, who they didn't even name? As you watched your own mother's body be defiled, and all you could do is sit and watch them run. I value the people of Junction because they're the reason I'm still kicking. I don't care how good or evil I have to be to do something for them, to make a place that they can be, or maybe, just maybe, even if the whole world's crappy, that there's a town where a psychopath can make jokes on a stage, run away from a little bit of weapon fire, where people can actually enjoy their day. That's rare. Even rarer. Especially if you've been around here. But I'm trying to keep at least that. I'm afraid all the crap that we have done in the last, what, month and a half, 2 months, 3 months? I can't remember. Time is stupid. How much of that do you think is going to come back to bite me in the ass later? How much of that do you think is going to end up where there's going to be more raiders? Another group like Viction Savages, all of a sudden another war breaks out that I can't manipulate, that I can't cause because they're smarter than the people that are currently around. I don't care what you people do. I only care when it affects the people I actually care for. The only person I have any actual respect for is Wanda, and I'm pretty sure he's actively committed genocide as well, given some of the towns we've seen, some of the rumors we've heard. And there's a line I refuse to cross, and that's with drugs. My drugs may be messed up, but they don't kill people. They keep people from dying. Because there isn't enough aesthesia, proper aesthesia, to go around to hundreds of people I have treated and dealt with. There isn't enough crap left. I don't agree with it. I don't have to. I sent him away because of multiple reasons. I can control myself. I don't like killing people. It's not what I prefer to do. The only time when I actually kill a person is when I've literally got no other choice. Now, whether you like that reason or not, or you're gonna shoot me later, I don't care. But first, let's at least deal with the problem at hand before we deal with each other. What's your plan for the Brotherhood of Steel? Because it's obvious they aren't staying. Whatever crap I have to do, I'll do it. This one time. Because you have to do some evil acts, and I understand. For some good things. And yeah, there's some lines I will not cross that you people crossed recently. Because I at least want people to be able to fight back. Regardless of how kind it is. Kindness means jack. Because all kindness will get is a bullet in your own head. From someone you trusted. And what the hell is your plan? And what crap am I gonna have to do to make it work? Because you people obviously have one. You don't just walk back into places like this without one at this point. I've learned enough about you people for that at least. So what's the plan? What do I have to do? How much crap do I have to pump in my own body to make it work?
Well, if we do it right, you won't have to do much of anything, although you are gonna absolutely hate the plan that we have.
What is it?
Uh, use the serum in their water supply.
Fine, whatever. As long as you get them out of the way. I may try to get the Enclave to take over the area once they're all dead. Just so that there isn't a power vacuum there at least.
Technically, we have a plan B of bringing in, what was it, about 100 ghouls
Mhm.
into their front gate.
Roughly there. Roughly around there, yeah.
Alright. Jet puts on his question mark mask back on. Fine, whatever. But I'm no longer hiding from any of this crap that we've been doing. I can't anymore. And if you want to put a bullet in my head after all this crap, at least let me get a fire off first. Deal?
See, that's one thing you don't understand about me. I don't like killing people. I don't kill people if I don't have to. And you, I don't necessarily like you. And I definitely see you as a threat, but at least I know I can trust you to be predictable. You won't attack me if I don't attack you. So why would I attack you? I've seen you dodge bullets like something I've never seen before. Why would I fight you at all, let alone head on?
Fair enough. I've seen you take down guys with a single shot, so frankly I think it's an even match regardless.
That might be the most that might be the nicest thing you've ever said about me.
To be fair, regardless of how little I like you, I cannot deny people's skill with guns. I'm honest, sometimes. Every other time I'm probably manipulating something behind the scenes, trying to make something work. I may be predictable, but all I'm trying to do is make things work, because everything's a crapsuit. So how do you plan to get into the water supply?
We have a ticket in. that genocide of ours netted us a paycheck of 4,000 caps that they're expecting us to come deliver on.
Great. Yep, pulls out his pistol, checks his ammo, puts it back in the holster after reloading it. Great. Alright. I don't need to grab like a bunch of rad roaches or something, do I?
As incredibly amusing as that would be, I was gonna ask the Enclave for a some sort of breaching charge that I could use to bring down the gate from the inside out.
I feel like I have grenades somewhere in my bag. Or did Winchester probably have them at this point?
I can probably make a trip down there. Probably still with Avery. I kind of want to. I need to talk with Avery. Time I finally say what's been on my mind.
Did committing a mass genocide put them things in perspective?
In a way, yeah.
Fair enough. By the way, I'm assuming the sword was from the mutants.
Yep. It was a thank you gift.
Thank you for murder. That's the first. Whatever. At
It was
this
a
point,
thank you for peace.
peace is not something anyone ever gets.
Not in this world.
Nope.
Good thing they're not in this world, huh?
Depending on your perspective of things.
If I can
Corpses
be
kill
honest,
them.
that's not the worst thing I've done. And quite frankly, I think I did them a mercy. I
Fair
don't like
thing.
what I did. I don't like what I did, but I'm okay with it. You don't have to like that, but that's just my perspective.
I'm not going to.
Good.
Again, I've said my piece and my frustration with it all at this point. Let's just get this crap over with so you people can be on your way and I can be going back home and doing the things I actually need to do.
Will do, partner.
And let's hope, after all this crap is said and done, and I reflect on a lot of the crap, that hopefully we never meet again. Because if I'm looking back on everything, there's a lot of crap I've done that I've got to deal with myself. Because no good deed goes unpunished by evil, and no evil deed ever seems the same to the person doing it.
That's the way of life in Wasteland.
Sadly. Oh,
Hell,
where did they even go anyway? She fumed off or something.
yeah.
You don't worry
Yeah.
about that.
I don't have to worry about that, but we kind of need her for the drug that, genociding again. Regardless if I'm not worried about it. She carries the cargo, so to speak. I don't have to worry about her, I have to worry about it at this point with this plan. Another brilliant day. Where's Doug?
At this point, Ace is just completely ignoring Jap and walking off to find Sasuke.
You see
And
Doug
Jap just
starting
sits
to
there.
get suited up, shall we say. It's quite weird watching, but yeah. Tiny little cockroach is getting some serious machinery going on there. It's kind of disturbing to watch, honestly.
Wandy's gonna just kneel down in front of Jap.
Mhm.
Look, I'm gonna level with you. I agree with a lot of things. Genocide is not a great thing to do. And I know you're a peacekeeper, pacifist, whatever you want to call yourself.
Psychopath.
Nah, you're nothing. You're nothing of the sort. You get just traumatized with everything. But even so, I get why you hate us in particular for that thing. But trust me,
I don't hate
they were
you
happy.
guys. I don't
You don't.
disagree with them needing peace, I just disagree with the method.
It was
I
either
just
they were
wish
gonna die from another force or from the kinder force. but that's not really any of our concerns. What's done is done. We gotta live with it.
I gotta live with it, and I've gotta figure out once this crap is all over, how to make that place into a place where it doesn't end up a raider camp like every other forsaken hole.
Well, if it
It won't
helps,
work.
I have faith in you.
Hopefully, if I don't catch a bullet first from someone.
Well,
I'm more
at least you
likely to
have
die than
people.
most, so
You done? You done first?
probably, honestly. One bullet from Super Mutant took out most of my leg. I
Well,
bolted in that last fight because I took a bullet in such an area. I need to be able to run if I'm going to actually function. It's
well,
a lot right now. I think most everyone is stressed, including me. This isn't exactly what I was thinking this journey would do when we started. Thought it was
that's
going
how
to
I
be
felt when this all started, honestly.
This is frustrating though. Can't do crap.
Yeah. Trust me, though. If you've lived as long as I have, frustration has a whole new meaning. Especially since it's a bit different compared to you and me. Spent 200 years just walking around. You spent however many years keeping an eye on folks here.
24 years I've been alive, I think. Maybe 25. Half of those years were spent learning how to juggle knives and joke with people. The other half was manipulating two giant forces of raider groups into a continuous fight so that people can have some myriad of peace where they can get it.
Yeah,
I don't know what Ace and Sasaka have done. I don't want to know. Yeah, I
you
did
don't want
that.
to know what
I
I've
can't
done.
deny that. One crap show after another, it seems.
It's like, ever since Avery came back into my life, things just went different. And that's why I want to try and talk with her. I want to break away from that. The whole genocide thing, as bad as it was, it did me good. See a world in a different perspective now. Perspective I didn't really consider until now.
Jack
And
kind of pulls out a few masks. Honestly, I've hidden behind the masks for so long, I don't know the person behind him anymore. This is the only time I'm actually me. Whenever I throw this one on instead. Not really a good time for people typically, but that's just kind of how it rolls. I don't really know what they gained or lost in that genocide. I can't exactly say I'm pleased with the decision, but I didn't stop it either. And I'm fully aware of the fact that I decided to take Krampus away from that. I don't think they agree with my choice either, but I can't. Jap just kind of sits there for a minute looking at a lot of his masks. I can't. I cannot have someone who has the mind of a child but the body of something that strong thinking he didn't remember them. But when he did remember them and he realized what would happen, it may take him a long time. What would he do? I can't, especially if that happened randomly, regardless of how dangerous Ethan Sasaka is, with her being able to make drugs that can kill entire populations, and Ace being a pretty good darn shot. I don't think either one of them would be able to stand up to Krampus. And that's just not a risk I'm willing to take. And there's just principle. I don't kill kids. I refuse to, regardless of how evil they get. I don't really kill people if I can help it. Because I'm not turning a kid into an orphan. But that's what happened. We turned a giant green kid into an orphan. And I don't...
You see, as Wandy sort of looks down for a moment and then takes off his mask and looks at you with his own eyes. We're all children, if you think about it. Orphans, looking for a place where we can belong. I thought that belonging was with Avery. I thought that belonging was out in the wasteland. I wanted to die. Still do. There's a lot of things I've done. And I live with that every day. Kids. God, can't imagine how many kids I've caused to be orphans. That's the life we live in. Survival and making the most of life. We only get one of it, and we decide what to do with it. You have your own problems, Jep, and I have mine. We are free to judge, but in the end, those actions will define us one way or another. I'm not anyone special, and I'm not going to be anything more than who I am. I'm a wanderer with no name, no past, no nothing. And I'll die nothing. That's what I'm hoping. Whereas you, if you are going to die, you're going to die for these people. And that is something I respect. So,
I told Krampus before I sent him away that there was someone I hated. He was pretty small when I first met him. And he grew up into a pretty decent monster himself. He wears masks all the time and doesn't face what he's really doing. Krampus is, in my eyes, to some degree, innocent of his own actions. Regardless of how easily he's hurt and killed people, he is oblivious, I think, to it. That made it worse. I snapped a bit. Because I saw what I was at one point, which was just a kid. I didn't know any better.
y'all do
Whether
things
I'm
in the heat of the
respectable or
moment.
not, I don't think I am. Because I've done a lot. I've more or less caused a continuous bloodshed between two factions, purely so that they could keep each other in a check. I've had a lot of people commit suicide off my table. The moment they're off, either somebody puts a bullet in them or they do it themselves. That's never easy to watch, but I don't stop them either. Regardless of how I die, I think one thing's for certain. Someone like me, who has actively made all this crap, I think somebody's gonna catch on sooner or later. Somebody that's smart enough. And they're gonna make it 10 times worth of how I die. But I think that'd be justice in its own weird way.
Well, let's see who dies first then.
Yeah. By the way, Wander.
Hmm.
Do you think there's anything after life?
I used to. I don't know anymore. But if there is, I know very well I won't be wanted.
Well, maybe just this one. I can try to believe that too. But maybe he'll just make that crap a little less painful.
Well, I guess that'll be our last adventure. Finding out what's on the other end of death.
Maybe I can juggle for people there. if anything is there. I like being a clown. It's nice.
I'm sure they'll let you be a clown up there. Yeah. I'll let you be.
Yeah. Wonder. Thanks. I know I kind of exploded, but there's just too much.
I know. And that's what I'm gonna deal with when I meet back with Avery again. And it's James.
Thanks, James. Means a lot.
He puts on his mask, giving you one last smile, gets up, and starts walking.
Jap pulls out a blank mask while he's waiting on the dog stuff and begins to carve.
As you guys kind of walk away from each other, Ace, you went to go find Sasuke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ace would have known exactly why she started fuming off.
Mhm.
And so he's just gonna like walk up to her, kneel down, and start consoling her quietly.
Is this our punishment?
I don't know, kid.
Is this what I get for being blind? Is this what I get for fighting back against those in that town so long ago? Am I just like them?
I don't think so.
Jack seems to think so.
Jap has his own reasons for thinking the way he does.
He's not wrong, you know.
Maybe not. But he's not completely right either.
I didn't want to do it, you know.
I know you didn't, kid.
She's gonna pull the sword off of her back and just hold it in her hands and feel along the blade.
As you're feeling off feeling along the blade, yeah, you touch just a bit of the metal, and you can kind of feel an engraving on it, but not quite. It is still sheathed.
Can you describe it to me? Baby.
Do you pull out the sword from the sheath, Egg?
Yeah.
So as you pull out the sword from the sheath, you can kind of see it. It's not the best engraving, probably because it was done probably on a decently short time. But it does look really nice, even though you can easily tell, especially with your very good perception, that it's not the best, but it looks to be done to be felt, more than read. But it basically says a peaceful death is not a simple one, but with this gift, we thank you for what you've done.
I grab Sasuke's hand and or finger and like start tracing over the.
Once you can properly feel where it's supposed to be felt, you can feel it almost perfectly. Although it wasn't written very well, it was done meticulously to be able to be felt by a blind person. It's almost in Braille, but it's still actual letters. It is pretty much like hours of work to get that meticulous fine detail, which is why it doesn't look very good. But to Sasuke's fingers, it feels like that feeling when you touch silk for the first time, or touch like perfectly polished steel, is to her way of seeing things a perfectly pristine carving. Either you.
I just smirk and say, I don't think I can explain it.
I can feel it. I can feel the intention. Doesn't make it any easier, though. I'm still a murderer. I'm still a genocide. I don't. Can't even use words anymore. It just. I don't know what is right in situations where they ask for a peaceful death. I tried persuading them. It didn't work. But it still means that I went through with it. I didn't have to. I could have left and never came back. I didn't have to find. I didn't have to find a means to kill them. They didn't ever have to come back.
But you did. And I think that's good that you did. Because you knew how much it would hurt, but you did it anyway for them. You did what was best for others instead of what was easiest for you. And in the end, that's really all we can do.
There has to be another way. There has to be another way to peacefully let people go. I may not know everything. I may not understand everything. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to have people misunderstand what I'm doing, what I'm trying to help, the people I am helping. If people call me a murderer because I'm helping other people to get to the land they've been dreaming of, then I guess I'm gonna have to take the title of murderer because I don't want them to suffer. I don't want them to suffer through the life they've been living. I want them to die suffering bullet wounds or being chopped up to death or whatever may come to them. I want to find a way to peacefully resolve things, though that's never going to happen in the wasteland. Not when people are too selfish to understand what's going on.
All we can do is keep trying.
I want to go find Krampus and make sure he's fine and that he's safe.
Okay. We will, but even as big as he is, I think it will take a little longer than we have time to spare. At least for now.
You know, Ace, he called me by my name. Not just his little nicknames, my actual name. He remembered my real name. Not his little nickname, my real true name. He hasn't done that to any of the other super mutants we've come across. None of the people in the encampment. He didn't even remember Remus. And if he did remember Remus, it wasn't in the way that he should have been remembered. We need to find him before something bad happens. Everything else can wait.
Alright. I'll figure something out.
Ace,
Hmm?
do you think I'll ever be able to see? ever be able to actually perceive color, see the sky, see what you actually look like, not just by feeling. Actually be able to look people in the eye when I'm talking to them.
Yeah, I think you will.
You did just watch a cockroach get power armor, so it's a amazing limit to possibilities. You could ask about that, Yuke. Sasuke? Oh, she went mute.
Okay, I'm back.
Oh, there. Hi.
I'm sorry, what did I miss?
I said you could ask about cybernetics.
Mm.
There.
Like ask Ace about them, or like just people in town?
Anyone in town?
Mm.
The
Again,
guy
you
who
could.
made the
Cockroach with
mutant
power armor.
cockroach power armor abomination.
Yeah. Alright, we can do that when we get back into town, but we really do need to find Krampus. Not because I don't trust him on his own, not because I think he's going to hurt somebody or anything, but he's our friend, and we can't just abandon him.
Alright. I think I've got an idea or two. We can't exactly drop everything we're doing. There's kind of a war happening. But yeah, I've got an idea.
Let us at least bring it up to the group. The war has been going on for tons of years at this point. The war can wait a few days where we find our friend.
I don't think Jap is gonna take kindly to that.
Jap's the one who
more I think-
caused this issue. Jap
Sasuke,
is the reason
listen to me.
he's gone.
The more I think about it, the more he's right. Krampus is just a kid. We're using him as a meat shield, as a weapon. That's kind of fucked up. We need to find him. We need to keep him safe. We need to keep the people around him safe. But we can't bring him back here.
To say this like I don't know why we kept him around in the first place. Yes, at first we only kept him around as a meat shield because he was strong and powerful and could protect us. But that's not been the case the last few weeks. You know damn well that has not been the case, especially when we went across that death claw.
You're right.
Don't use him as a meat shield. I try not to because I know that's wrong and I know it's not right. That's why I charge into battle with him, riding on his back. That way, if he does get hurt, I'm there to heal him immediately, and I'm fighting by his side when I can. I don't just hide behind him. And every time he charges into battle, I'm terrified. I'm not going to make it back to you at the end of the fight. I'm terrified we're going to lose someone, whether it be Jap, Wandy, heaven forbid it be Krampus. If we lose somebody, I don't know what I'm going to do. I honestly, truly don't know how to recover from something like that. No, I think I've cooled down enough, and I think my tears have dried enough that we can go back. Jab might not want to see us, but there has to be another way to get him to understand our point of view and what actually happened. Because, yes, it was genocide. Yes, we are dangerous people. Yes, I regret it deeply and I hate it. I hate myself for doing that and being able to actually come up with a serum to kill people. But they wanted it so bad so they could finally be at peace and rest. Now, whether that's wrong or not, I don't know. In some people's eyes, specifically mine, it was the right choice. It was the right thing to do. It was the best outcome out of everything. And in Jap's eyes, that makes me evil, a villain, a murderer, causing mass genocide, killing somebody's family. But Krampus doesn't see them as family. If anything, he sees them as enemies at this point, based on the stories he's been telling lately from them. Now, I don't know if that means he's truly forgotten them, or if that means he'll never remember what they did for him, or that they were truly good people, or if he'll ever understand what even went down. And if he does find out, he does get angry and want to kill us, and does, just let him. It's better than having somebody upset and angry with your decision and not do anything about it and just emotionally beat you down for the right choice when you know it was right and it may not seem like the right choice. We will complete the job. We will massacre one more time, and then I'm leaving to find Krampus. And once I find Krampus, I really, truly hope I never cross paths with Jack Catsy ever again.
You there, Ace?
Yeah. Ace just kind of stands up and sighs, looking at her somewhat critically. Alright, let's figure this out. I'm gonna walk right up to Jap.
He's just sitting on the ground, carving away at a mask. Doesn't have any particular design feature, it's just kind of all over the place.
Alright, listen. You don't like me, I don't like you. That's fine. I can live with that. But the kid wants the big guy back. Frankly, I want the big guy back. He's too dangerous to be left alone. He's gonna get himself hurt. So,
I
will
sent him
you...
north.
Alright. See, at the same time, we still have a job to do. I still have a job to do. You don't want to be a part of said job. So, I've come up with a compromise if you'll at least hear it out. You take the kid, go find the big guy. Wandy and I will group up with the Enclave, finish this fight, and when you get back, the three of us walk out of town. You never see us again.
Yep, stops his carving, puts the knife back in his boot, blows the thing off, the shavings off the mask. Alright. If you want to deal with Krampus, that's your own shtick. I wanted him out of the way for now. If you think... Jep kind of stops for a minute to kind of look at the mask in his hands proper. If you think he won't kill you, it's not my position to stop you. I just wanted him out of the way for now because this is just a bit much. And one less thing to have to worry about was kind of why. I'm not gonna sit here and try to justify your actions. I don't want you to justify mine. I don't think it's right to try to justify either action right now. Wasteland. Regardless, do you think that kid's even ever gonna even deal with me in this situation?
She will not like it. She won't like me after it. But I think she'll listen to me. At least this one last time.
Fair enough.
And I grab him by the arm, look him in the eye, and say, if anything happens to her while I'm not there, I will use your own serum against you and pull you apart piece by piece from the toes up.
Jep
She is my Junction City.
takes off his mask, puts it down for a minute, grabs his lower lip and rips it off. And he hands it to you.
Oh God.
He's dead-eyed looking you in the face.
I
That's
palm
the
it
first
and I'm
piece.
staring you in the eye.
That's the first piece. If
Go.
something else happens, I'll be dead and she'll be alive. I may not like what you people are doing, but I can't deny one thing. You're at least trying to do good. She won't like it. Yeah, I don't like it either. But I cannot exactly say that I haven't done and do not and have not and probably will not do equally as messed up deeds. That's the first piece. If she dies, the likelihood is I died first. Hey, you made the mech. Can you make a tracker?
A tracker? I'm not really, I made one of those before, but, give me a couple days, I'll think of something.
I don't know that you'll need it. We passed his trail about halfway here. It was something around a 20-meter wide gouge in the earth. I don't think you'll have any trouble finding him.
Probably not, but he was also moving with gusto, because I threw him into a tizzy as a way to make him move faster. I may not be good with people, but I'm great at manipulating them, especially when they're stupid. That's why I can't manipulate you or Saska, because you aren't dumb.
In another universe, I think you and I could have been friends.
Sadly, we just don't see eye to eye here. But I'll take the kid. I'll find the big guy. If I find the big guy and he still recognizes her, and if he can convince him, what then? Do you want me to just leave her with them and think they'll be fine? Or do you want me to drag them back? Both.
You can drag him, or you can tell her, she's blind and he's dumb. Drag them back to Burnout. Leave them on the outskirts. No, not Burnout. Burnout's a bad idea. Shit, okay. Bring them back here.
Alright. By the way,
Hmm?
for what it's worth, if you hadn't left, or if you wouldn't be leaving after this job, because Jap, for once, is trying to be honest, I would have tried to find a way to kill you and Saska. I'm that afraid of what you're capable of. Maybe that's a compliment in some weird way. Maybe that's just another reason why I'm that bad of a person. Regardless, I refuse to kill people directly. And if anyone dies, it's gonna be me. Because, frankly, she's probably better than I could ever be. Take that as you will. Take this crap show of a world as it is. Jack puts back on his question mark mask. His blood is dripping down it. She may not like it, but she's blind, and I can just hand her my gun and have her shoot me whenever she feels like. If she decides to do that at this point. Regardless, I don't know when I'll be back. If I make it back with her. Regardless, good luck, I think.
This is your hometown I'm saving. You better be wishing me good luck.
That or a payment.
Nah, this one's on the house. You've earned it.
Somehow. Maybe you're just as crazy as I am.
Yeah. What's a little bit of crazy? Sanity's boring.
As Jap kind of checks his ammo counts, checks his knife to see if it's still sharp, starts walking over to Sasuke, just no words. Grabs her by the scruff of her shirt and throws her on his back and begins to walk.
Sasuke, how do you react to that? Yeah, okay.
She may be AFK.
She might be.
Yeah.
Is trying not to kill you, I guess. Confused about where Ace is or something of that sort. But yeah, that is that's a party split right there, boys and girls. Also
Might very well
through
be the final party split.
Yeah.
yeah. So we are in
Eyes are
fact
burning.
coming down to the end of Titan's Clash. The epilogue I had in mind is not quite going to be the same as it was, but we should have an interesting epilogue with Wandy, or after the end of this. But we are slowly coming to a close of how this stuff is going about. So hopefully you guys are going to be enjoying this. If you guys did enjoy this, please give us a follow. And yeah, tune in next week, Saturdays, 7 o'clock p.m. PST. And we're about to be starting up Jump Chain once more. So check out Tuesdays and Wednesdays for our Jump Chain videos, also going to be at 7 p.m. PST. And we'll see all of you fine folks next time. Bye!